In this video, I'm going to share with you 15 healthy habits that's going to help you create a routine, find stability, glow up, and help you become the best version of yourself in 2023. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Kira. I'm a holistic nutritionist and health coach. On my channel, you can find all sorts of what I eat in a day videos, recipes, motivation, inspiration to help you live a healthier and happier life. But let's go ahead and get started with the 15 healthy habits that I'm going to be talking about in this video, which have tremendously changed my life. I do all of these things on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly, and I've seen such an improvement in my life. But before we get started, make sure to go ahead and click the subscribe button down below, so that way you don't miss any other videos, and that way you can see more videos just like this one in the new year. So I wrote down a list of all of the habits, and we're just going to go through them. I'm going to give you guys some more detailed examples of all these habits. But one thing I do want to mention about habits is habits are honestly something that I think a lot of us just kind of forget about, because they're so like in our brain and in our routine that we don't even think twice about them. For example, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, making your bed. All of those are habits that some of you might not think twice of because you've just done them for so long and so many years. But there's other habits that maybe you don't really notice, like biting your nails, negative self-talk, and all of that, that are actually hindering you from living your best life, from doing the things that you actually want to be doing. Because habits are something that we not only do daily, those daily habits turn into weekly habits, and those weekly habits turn into monthly habits, those monthly habits turn into yearly habits, and that is literally what's shaping us to be who we actually are. Let's just go ahead, without me rambling too much, with the 15 healthy habits. The first one is to make your bed daily. I have done this my entire life, and I kid you not, when it's just one of the easiest things you can do, it takes less than 5 minutes a day. Your bed is likely the biggest piece of furniture in your bedroom. So by making your bed every single morning, it kind of just gets you into the routine of getting up and out of the bed, getting your day started. It makes your space look 10 times cleaner than if it is dirty, because I found on the days that sometimes I forget to make my bed, or if I'm just running around and my bed's unmade all day long, I will just start throwing things onto my bed, versus when I do make my bed is clean and clear, and I am less likely to like make and create more clutter in my bedroom. It honestly also, like I said, just helps you get up out of your bed and do something immediately. It's part of the habit stacking, or like these habit cycles. Habit cycles is when you kind of create a, not a to-do list, but like a motion of what you have to do. So it's like step 1, 2, 3, 4, and step 5 might be like a reward. So step 1, for example, is I wake up with my alarm, I get up out of bed, turn off my alarm. Then step 2 is I make my bed. Step 3 is I put on my gym clothes. Step 4 is I go to the gym. And step 5, my reward, I come back and I eat a nourishing breakfast. That is like a habit cycle, and that is like cues to leading you to the next step, and that helps you create these routines. Number 2, I have this rule of mine. It's called the 9 to 9 rule. So this rule means that I am off of my phone from 9 p.m. all the way to 9 a.m. I am not touching it. I wake up around 7 in the morning. The only reason I will touch my phone that early in the morning is to turn off my alarm and to listen to music or a podcast when I'm working out, because I do prefer morning workouts. But I'm not actively scrolling on any social medias. I'm not checking my emails. I'm not answering like text messages. I just use it. In a recent TikTok and my latest podcast episode, I talked about my word of the year, and it's intention/intentional, because I want to make sure that I'm intentional with my time, with my relationships, with my activities, with literally everything that goes on in my life. I just turned 25 this year, which isn't old by any means, but it makes me feel a lot older because it is like my mid-20s, mid to late 20s. So now I'm focusing on being more intentional with every single thing that I do, because my time is valuable, my time is precious, and I want to make sure that I'm putting all of my energy and all the energy that I want to into the things that I'm actually interested in, and no longer the things that people are telling me to do or telling me that I should do or should be or anything like that. Number 4, I've done this for like the past several years. I do not promote diet culture on any one of my platforms, because that's not a way I like to view things. It's also not a way I think somebody should live or people should live. I think you should find that like happy balance in your life instead of removing things from our diet, because I feel like a lot of time people, especially in the New Year's with New Year's resolutions, they want to like lose weight, eat healthier, get into the gym more, whatever it may be. Everyone's always focusing on things they need to remove from their life. So they're focusing on removing carbs or bread or pasta, or removing sugar and candy and sweets, or removing alcohol. The way way I like to view it is instead of removing things from your diet, and I like to think of instead of removing stuff, add things into your diet. So for example, when you make pasta, instead of saying, oh, I can't eat pasta, add something to it. So add a serving of veggies. I love to incorporate so many veggies into all of my meals. That way I can still enjoy the foods that I actually love, because me personally, I think I eat pasta about 3 to 4 times a week. I love bread, I love rice, I love carbs. I made up 99% of carbs. So I add to it. I will add broccoli, I will add carrots, I will add cauliflower and edamame and all these things to my pasta, just to create more balance and make them more nutritious as well as satiating, because you don't want to just take things out. You want to be able to still enjoy life. Number 5 kind of goes with number 4, but it's to create a weekly meal plan. A lot of people go to the grocery store and they're just very stressed out and overwhelmed, especially in the new year when you're wanting to eat more healthy. You just kind of freak out. You don't know where to start. There's too many options. The grocery stores are too chaotic. The aisles are just filled with all sorts of things that you don't necessarily need, and it can be very difficult to start a healthy lifestyle if you don't know where to start. So instead of just going to the grocery store with a random list of like veggies and fruits that you want to buy, start meal planning beforehand. I'm not saying meal prepping. Meal planning and meal prepping are two very different things. For meal prepping, you're actually like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're making those meals and putting them in the little containers so that you can take them out for lunch or whatever. Instead of doing that, I meal plan. So on Sunday, before I go to the grocery store, I write down like Sunday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Monday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Tuesday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so on and so forth. Monday, I want to have a fruit yogurt bowl. For a Tuesday, I want to have a green smoothie. And you do that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of the week. That way you can plan ahead. Say on Thursday, you have a dinner with some friends. You can plan that in so you're not buying excess food. It helps with saving money. It helps with knowing exactly what you're going to eat, and it helps with reducing food waste because you're buying exactly what you need. So I like to go on Pinterest for inspiration. I also, this is a shameless plug, but I actually created a recipe ebook earlier this year for you to purchase. It is currently on sale. The link is down below. It has over 50 recipes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, sides, snacks, sweet treats, and sauces. So there's so many things that you can choose from, and I make a lot of my meal plans based on those recipes because they're my favorite recipes. Number 6 is to delete food delivery apps. I'm talking about like Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash. There's probably 20 more of those different types of apps out there. It's pretty expensive. It can get really expensive, especially with all the fees and the tips and everything like that. B, I feel like the food's not even that good when it's delivered. And C, I don't know if it's just me and where I live, but the food always is cold, or 9 times out of 10 the food is cold. So you're spending a lot more money for less quality food when you could just make a quick 15, 20, 30-minute meal at home, because you end up waiting about the same period of time for food to be delivered to you as you would just making that food at home. Number 7 is to lower your cortisol. If you don't know, our cortisol is our stress hormone, and that's kind of usually what, you know, most women find. They have like a little lower belly pouch. That is kind of due to cortisol and cortisol buildup in our system. We need to find ways to relax and de-stress yourself, and you can de-stress or limit the stress you experience in your life in so many different ways. Number 8, and this is one that I implemented this past year, actually, to get direct sunlight and or fresh air early in the morning. So I like to just wake up, get my day started with. I will make myself a cup of tea, go out onto my balcony, and just make sure to soak up all the fresh sunlight, all that vitamin D. Vitamin D is so important to help reduce depression, improve your mood, to just make you like overall happier and healthier. It's important to wash your face morning and night. Create a morning routine with your skincare, like a morning skincare routine and an evening skincare routine. Both of mine look a little bit different. I also do skin cycling, so I do different steps on different days of the week. It's a 4-day cycle. Number 10 is to stop snoozing your alarm. Snoozing your alarm honestly just affects your morning and your morning routine. It kind of helps make you tired. I feel like whenever I snooze my alarm, my day kind of starts to just go downhill because it just completely ruins the routine that I'm so used to. So a few tips for you guys is to just set your alarm, like if you have an actual alarm clock, something like that, change up your alarm sound every now and then too, so you're not getting used to it. Also, one thing that really helped me before I got an alarm clock was to put my phone across the room from me, or in a completely separate room where it would be loud enough for me to still hear, because it would force me to get up out of bed, get up, go turn off the alarm, and by the time you're up and out of bed, it's almost like, okay, there's no point of getting back in bed. Number 11, I've talked about in some previous vlogs that I'm on like a post-birth control journey. I've also always had oily skin, so one of the things that I've done this year is to switch to non-comedogenic products, which means non-pore clogging products, and I've seen major changes in my skin, especially since getting off birth control. I do still have some breakouts. You can see here calendar. I post a lot about that on my Instagram as well. 12 has been a favorite of mine this year. I had a goal of mine to read 12 books in a year, and I surpassed the goal. I read 20 books this past year, and honestly I think it's because I implemented reading 30 minutes before bed every single night. I love just reading because it kind of allows you to escape your life for just a little bit, relax, de-stress, and put yourself in another story. Number 13, I am such a type A person, and this one is one of the things I've done for so many years, but it's to plan out your week. So on Sunday night, I just kind of look forward for my entire calendar. I'm like, okay, what are all the tasks that I need to do this week? Whether it's doing laundry, maybe you need to get an oil change for your car, maybe you need to take your dog to the vet, or you have a doctor's appointment, or you want to get your nails done. I think of everything, brain dump all of that on like a piece of paper. I actually do mine on Notion. I do all of it in Notion. I do like a weekly brain dump of everything that I need to do, and then I split up all of those things into daily tasks. 14 is to take time out of your day to do something that you love, to learn something. I am constantly learning. I just constantly like knowing more and improving my knowledge and just trying new things. So I like to spend at least 30 minutes to an hour every single day working on things. This year, one of my projects was creating my podcast. Later in the year, it was creating my recipe ebook. It was also like becoming a certified holistic nutritionist and health coach. Those are all things that I was passionate about and set aside time every day to do it. And I'm just so glad I did that because I have become so much of a different person since then. I have grown so much since then, and it's honestly changed my life trajectory more towards something that I actually want to be doing versus something that other people are telling me I should have been doing. And the last one, it is to start talking to yourself more positively. Promote positive self-talk. A lot of us think very negatively about ourselves. We are constantly nitpicking ourselves. We look at ourselves in the mirror and we don't like what we see. We look at ourselves in photo, but you should just start appreciating yourself. Once you start talking to yourself kindly, you're gonna see how much your mentality just shifts about everything, not even just yourself, but about other people and the world. One of the things that somebody once told me is you're not just gonna go up to someone and say, oh my god, you're so ugly, you have this on your face, I don't like the way you look, those pants look horrible on you, you need to lose 20 pounds. Like, you're never gonna do that to somebody, so why are you doing that to yourself? You need to start talking kindly to yourself because you only have one body, you have one life, and you need to make the most of it. But with that being said, those were my 15 habits that I've honestly implemented throughout the past 3 to 5 years, and I feel like I've just become such a healthier and happy version of myself. I've been able to do so many different things that I never thought were possible. I've been able to experience different things that I've always wanted to experience. So I hope these habits help you if you do implement them in 2023. And with that being said, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it does really help my channel and it helps my channel grow. And I'll see you in 2023.